Sonny, Joey, 500. Got some goats in the building.
Get ready for a shakedown.
Prepare for a shakedown. We from Philly where they clap like huddles when they break down. Get ready for a shakedown. We underdogs, my guy. Kinda used to all the hate now. Prepare for it, man. Y'all get it. My QB got swag. My wideout is award winning. This fly was fly. Joey and 500. Like and subscribe. Yeah. Here's a quote you can sing back. Shake squad up and don't be a dingbat. It's a shakedown.
Don't you frown.
It's
Here
a
comes Philly Shakedown.
Let's go.
Yo, by the way, Kick Dick by here, and welcome to the Philly Shakedown season finale. Joey Shakes, what is going on, my man? How are you?
I'm doing good, man. Just getting ready for, to recharge the batteries, going on vacation tomorrow, and doing our thing, man. This is the finale.
That's
the
it.
end.
Finale. We are it, man. The next time we have one of these, it will be right before camp gets ready to start. So it should be a very interesting month. It's probably going to be a pretty quiet month, I assume. But there's a lot of good storylines going into training camp nonetheless. Donnie 4, what's going on, man? How are you? Nuke Sony, what's going on? My basement MMA. What's up? Ty B, Lacey Ford, Seabiscuit. Thank you guys all so much for being here. We appreciate it. Easy's here. Thank you. Anybody I miss? Eagles has landed. Big Dog, Jason, Panda, Eagles Hall of Fame, young fly kid. Bryce is here. Thank you. Lasay Williams is here. Thank you guys for being here. And yeah, man, it is that time of year where there's nothing really until camp, and then it's going to be coming like kind of crazy, But what I did want to ask you about a few things. One, let's discuss the Bleacher Report rumor about James Bradberry. So there's a Bleacher Report rumor saying that the Falcons could be an interesting suitor for James Bradberry. What are your overall thoughts on that? And do you think it's something that could happen before camp?
Yeah, I mean, we need to figure out, once we get into camp, what the Eagles actually do with Bradberry, if the rumors are true that they're actually going to move him at safety, or is it just smoke to make it seem like they're trying to get more value out of him. He's coming off the abductor injury, which he'll be fine by training camp. These are just third-party rumors right now. I mean, these are just rumors. I mean, that's it. There's nothing that's exact about any of these rumors. And there's a bunch of teams that they could probably trade him to. The Falcons definitely, because they could need some veteran corner help. I don't know, man. It's a big question mark. I feel like he is going to be dealt really soon. That's what we're hoping, and we'll see what happens. I think.
I don't think he makes it to week 1 on the Eagles. I just don't see it with the amount of players that they got at corner. I don't know. I thought the moving him to safety was a ploy to try to build up his trade value, and it kind of backfired on them. I think he gets moved during preseason, but to who or where, I don't know. But I'd be shocked if he was there, man.
Yeah, I agree. Totally agree.
Yeah. Here's an interesting comment. Tommy says, I cannot fathom the idea of not starting Quinyon Mitchell. Don't draft in the first round if you're not going to start them. I also worry about Slay's weak mindset rubbing off on the young guys. Yeah, you've had some issues with some things that Slay has said during his podcast. And as far as Quinyon Mitchell goes, I mean, if you look at the depth chart right now and you kind of look at from what we're hearing, even if Bradberry gets traded, it doesn't seem like Mitchell's going to play that much. I mean, not with Isaiah Rodgers and Ringo on the outside.
Yeah, I mean, even from what A.J. Brown said about, putting all the praise in Ringo, he's been one of his, his rivals that, I know there's no full pads on, but one of his rivals in coverage as a DB. And I mean, that's really good. I mean, the last time we heard A.J. Brown say something like that about a corner, it was James Bradberry in 22. And, he turned out to be pretty damn good in 22. So it's nice to hear that. But, going forward, I think Quinyon Mitchell has to start. I mean, that's my opinion. I don't want to start him late in the year. I mean, if they're that excited about grabbing him, I mean, there's way too. I mean, you're telling me that Quinyon Mitchell, is better than Bradberry. Isaiah Rodgers, I don't know, could be better than Bradberry right now. I mean, a legit another starting corner that you have. I mean, we're so deep at that position that we have to start not only for this year, start to, prepare for Slay to leave after this year, and then get these guys going for 25. So you're already looking for your future number 2 right now with Quinyon Mitchell waiting in the wings. So.
Yeah, no, I hear you. James Odell, thank you for the super chat, man. First of the day, he says, shout out from James O, James G, and Kathy. Go Birds, man. Thank you so much. Shout out to you guys as well. And definitely go Birds. I think the key to getting Mitchell on the field is trying to slide Isaiah Rodgers inside. If they do that, it opens the door for him to come out there. But, I mean, there's nothing to indicate at this point that Isaiah Rodgers is going to be in the slot. So, I mean, we'll just have to see what happens. First thing first, you've got to move on from Bradberry. But Quinyon Mitchell, you have Ringo and Isaiah Rodgers both having really, really good springs. And then, I mean, I almost think Cooper DeJean on the inside in the slot has a better chance or easier path to play over Quinyon at this point right now.
Yeah, and I think putting Cooper DeJean and at nickel, he's only played outside in nickel, so at this point depends on how much they really like their safeties right now, and if they want to move one of them as a number 3. Obviously, Chauncey Gardner-Johnson's not, he's here to play, he's here to start. It's really down to Reed Blankenship if they're gonna make him as a rotational or as a number 3. And I think once the pads get on, once we have joint practices, it's just so early in the process where they're moving some guys around, and the nickel spot is interesting because you got Tyler Hall there. Statistically, he's done really well, but just hasn't had consistent games as a Raider. And Avonte Maddox was starting most of the time as the nickel corner, and they picked him up late. They got rid of him. They they gave him the respect to go out and sign with another team. He didn't, and he came back. So once the full pads get on, we're going to see if Avonte Maddox can stay healthy this offseason.
That big ass toe is always in the way, dude. Brandon asked a very interesting question, and I was going to get into this with you. If it's true about the conflict between Hurts and Nick Sirianni, then we ain't winning a Super Bowl this year. You just can't win with that dysfunction. I agree. I mean, you can't have the dysfunction. But my take on the whole Nick Sirianni, Jalen Hurts thing is that I think it's way overblown. Here's what I said, and I have a video actually coming out on this, but and it'll be out tomorrow. But if you look at what the press conference that started all the hubbub, the question that was posed to Jalen Hurts was posed in a way that if you're looking at it and reading it from Hurts' perspective, I think it sounds like a trap question, because they're basically saying, do you think that Nick Sirianni has changed a lot of the things he's done and learned a lot from last year? It sounds like if you answer that yes, it's like you're putting Sirianni under the bus. Like you're saying, yeah, it was his fault last year. I think that's why he answered the question the way he did, because I think to Jalen Hurts' mind, it sounded like it to me that they were trying to set him up to say something so that they could say, yeah, Jalen Hurts blamed Nick Sirianni for last year. So I think no matter what happened, Jalen Hurts was going to have this issue. I'm not saying that he loves Nick Sirianni. I don't know. But based upon that press conference, I think it's way overblown.
Yeah, I think the question, I don't know if we're talking about the same thing, but I think the question was like, how much involvement did Nick Sirianni have in this offseason with the offense, between OTAs, minicamp, stuff like that, or something like that in that regard. And Jalen Hurts says, I have no idea. Like he said, he had no clue. So that when it's 95% of this offense, that this is full blown a brand new offense, not by Nick Sirianni, I know by Kellen Moore, but I'm just saying this. I'm saying that I think Jalen Hurts knows that Nick can't do the job. can't game plan, can't get the offense figured out. He's not the right man for the job. So I think that's what he kind of meant by he has no idea or doesn't want to say that he's bad at his job in that regard.
Here's the exact wording, right, from the question. This is the question that caused the rift and the 97.5 to react, 94 WIP to react. It said, the exact wording was, this was a question. What have you noticed about Nick being open-minded to change up the offense like he has? And then Hurts said, what the question was, what does that say to open up the offense like he has? What does that say about Nick? And then he answered, I don't know. That's a great question, Hurts said. Like, he avoided the question. I think that question sounds like you're throwing Nick Sirianni under the bus if you say, oh, yeah, he's changed a lot and he's not doing the things he did before. So I almost wonder if Jalen Hurts is reacting to that question in a way that is like trying not to throw Nick under the bus. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think it puts him under fire whether he says he was or he wasn't. I think it's a trick question. So
and he might not like him. I have no idea. But I thought that the way he responded, where it's like, I don't know how to answer that question. He was saying, like, if I say, yeah, he's changed a lot and he's much more open-minded, then they're going to say that I put Nick Sirianni at fault for his being closed-minded last year and blaming the team. So I thought it was a trick question for Hurts. I think Hurts thought that it was, That was my impressions of it.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, and maybe he doesn't like him. I don't know. But, Nick Sirianni, and this is to your point, like, I don't think he has any power left anyways. He's just a coach. It's more to me, I'm more worried about Kellen Moore's connection and relationship with Jalen Hurts than anything else.
Yeah, I mean, because that's the man that's going to put him in the right direction. Even Newsome, whatever, the quarterback coach, is another guy that's going to kind of connect the passing game a little bit. He's got a lot to do with how they're going to push Jalen Hurts in the right direction this year. So we're more worried about Kellen Moore and how he's going to use all these players and get. It seems like everybody's excited. It seems like Jalen Hurts is going to have a lot of control at the line. It seems like the wide receivers are going to have a little bit more freedom. It just seems like there is excitement in the air between a lot of the playmakers. The attitudes have changed. It just seems like Nick is on a short leash, and I mean the truth is the truth is there when it comes to about the 95% of the offense is different when it comes to the draft and where Nick was at the draft and how he was slated to be at the draft and not really showing him in the war room at all, even being involved.
Only when he slapped Howie's ass. That was the only time.
And it's okay, dude. It's all right for a guy to be hands off, but like when your ego gets in the way and he feels like he could just take over game planning within another year after getting rid of coordinators, it's just you got to know when you're not good at something, and Nick has to realize that, and hopefully he did this year.
We'll see. Well, I do not know what to think about how Nick Sirianni is going to handle things. Leon Banks, thank you for the super chat. He goes, Bradberry wasn't on the last IG video on the Eagles IG. All of the other defensive backs were, who I also agree with you. Covey giving me Wes Walker vibes for kick returner slot. Yeah, well, we could talk a little bit about Covey because there was an article inside the Birds, and they were saying that the guy who's had, Isaiah Rodgers probably had the best spring, right?
Oh, yeah.
The best camp OTAs, then Ringo. But the guy nobody's been talking about, the guy that looks really good, especially in and out of his breaks, has been Britton Covey. And Kellen Moore may actually utilize him in the slot, man. He could be a guy to watch because a lot of people think, including myself, think that he could be on the bubble with all the returners we now have. If he could play the slot, like that Beasley role that Beasley played when he was with Dallas, maybe he makes the team.
Yeah, I mean, they could use a lot of these receivers. Like Kellen Moore doesn't have to. I mean, you want to have like your wide receiver 3 kind of solidified by the end of camp, and obviously you want to have like the guy there. But there's gonna be certain situations where they can use Johnny Wilson for a red zone. They can use Britton Covey as a third down gadget receiver. They can use John Ross if he makes the team for certain situations on pre-snap motion, and maybe exploiting a weakness to the defense and stuff like that. So I mean, they can use a lot of receivers. I think everybody has a different skill set, but the one thing they definitely brought in at that position is a lot of speed, and speed. They could definitely use that. So
right. No doubt about it. Let's see. Let's see here. Fabio, thank you for the super chat, my man. He goes, Smith threw coaches under the bus. Who, Devontae did?
Yeah, he
What
didn't
did he
say.
say?
Well, he didn't say names. He just said there was a coaching issue. Brandon Graham said the same
Graham,
thing.
I know, said yeah. But sometimes it's just the truth. I mean, it doesn't take brain surgery or a brain surgeon to know that you fired pretty much all your positional coaches, and the head coach was probably close to getting replaced if he didn't agree to a bunch of things. So I don't think there's any surprise that it was a coach. So when I guess I hear it, I don't think that they're throwing those guys under the bus. Like, I just think it's the truth. At some point it's just the truth.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to come out sooner or later. I mean, you can't avoid the question for too long, or maybe they weren't asked the question. Maybe, they came out and just said things that, or things have changed. And if the media realizes that these players are happy about the change, they're going to ask about why they're so happy and why, then a lot did happen from last year to this year, especially this off season. So,
Yeah. Tim says, Philly 500, my youngest daughter has named the Eagles beating Bills in overtime the Sid game. She gave me her little stuffed animal sloth name did to me and said, well, we'll bring the Eagles good. Oh, that's cool. That's very cool. That was our last hurrah, that game. That overtime game. Hurts runs in the end zone, 10-1. You think we're on top of the world, and it's all downhill from there. It's crazy. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I honestly don't know what to make with the Sirianni Hurts thing. I don't. I just felt reading about what they were all bitching about. I was like, I think Hurts was just trying to avoid throwing Nick Sirianni under the bus last year. I don't think he was trying to show that he doesn't have confidence, which in itself may show that he doesn't have confidence in him. You know what I mean? And I can't blame Jalen Hurts if he doesn't, So I don't know.
No.
I mean, dude, if there's one giant question on this team going into camp and going into next year, it's the coach. It's not the coordinators. It's not the players. It's the head coach. Will the head coach try to influence and force the offense to do certain things? Like, will he be a hindrance? That's what I want to know. I mean, how could Jalen Hurts hate Nick Sirianni so much, but all these players like A.J. Brown and everybody at the end of last year went to bat for Nick Sirianni? None of them wanted him to get fired. I mean, you remember what A.J. Brown said? Remember what Fletcher Cox said? He basically told John McClain that he was a moron or he's an idiot because they even brought it up. So to me, I don't know. I don't know what to make of the whole thing.
I don't either. I think veterans always try to defend their coach, no doubt. They're trying to get some of the spotlight off of him. But if you're telling me that some players didn't have anything to say to the coaches, or there wasn't something that wasn't reported behind the scenes, then something definitely happened. I mean, come on now. The downfall that we had, I mean, things did definitely happen behind the scenes. I mean, things don't happen for no reason.
No.
So
no. Pops also says the giant questions are sorry linebackers. I actually feel pretty good about, like, I'm not going to say that the greatest linebackers in the National Football League, but I feel like we've improved our linebacking. And that's not saying much. You don't need, I mean, they were pretty bad last year, so any improvement is going to seem huge. But I do like bringing in Devin White. I do. I don't know what to think about Zach Bond. I don't know if I should be excited about him or should I be concerned about Nakobe Dean? I kind of don't know what to make of that yet.
No, this is Nakobe Dean's redo year. I mean, getting hurt a few times. I mean, the one thing you can't miss is the offseason program. You can't miss it. You miss the offseason program, you're totally just. You got to build yourself up during the season. And unfortunately on IR, hurt in the offseason program, then hurt 2 more times. I mean, this is a restart year for Nakobe Dean. And unfortunately, your best linebackers are going to be on 1-year deals. And that's the shitty part about it, because then the one thing the Eagles did this year we didn't think they were going to do was pay a running back $12 million a year. But the next thing they have to do,
I had a feeling about Barkley. I had a feeling.
The next thing they have to do is get out of, and they can't just let guys go and hit the market. At least one of them between Zach Bond and Devin White. Devin White probably going to have a really good year this year that a lot of people think he's not going to have a good year. But.
Yeah. Show Enough says Diggs' experience. He didn't come in starting with an inexperienced corner. So are you talking about Are you talking about Diggs? What's his face from Dallas, right? I don't know. I guess I missed that conversation. I don't know. But some Philly gets no one here likes hockey. I like hockey. I love hockey. I love playoff hockey, but my Flyers stink. Splendid says 500. We talk all the time about Moore and Fangio, but we don't talk about Michael Clay and how he is going to adjust to the new kickoff rules. Yeah, I mean, from what he said, and what he's talked about, it seems like they're going to take a pretty aggressive approach. And I look at it like the guys that they brought in, they've got multiple guys that can return kicks now. You have Isaiah Rodgers can do it. You have Cooper DeJean can do it. Who else could do it? John Ross can do it. Anaya Smith possibly could do it.
They have legit speed.
I think they have guys that could do it. It's just going to be a kind of a feeling. Now it's like a whole new. It's like they're basically like the way the XFL used to do it, right? Is what they're doing.
Yeah, that close up. It's like that. It's weird. The kickoff and return are like the first 2 lines are like within 5-10 yards. I mean, it's really close.
I don't know why you just don't go back to what you did. There was never a problem with the old way.
Injuries. That's why. Because if they're spread further apart, bigger hits are going to happen on those plays when they're further apart.
Yeah,
but it's stupid. But
yeah, Slay is pretty old, man. Yeah, Slay is old. I did a video earlier this week, and I said it, and I'll ask you this question. If there's one player not named James Bradberry, starter on this team, offensively or defensively, who the Eagles could surprisingly get rid of, who would it be? Mine was Darius Slay. Who would you say if you had to pick one of the starters on this roster, not named Bradberry, that could be moved?
Off the top of my head,
yeah.
I don't know.
You on the spot, baby.
I honestly don't know. If it's not Bradberry, I don't know. Slay, I just feel like there's too much money. There's too much money involved for this year. I mean, I'm not sure.
I can't see. I mean, I don't know that I think it's going to happen. But if there was one surprise starter who would, to me, based upon the secondary depth at corner, it would be Slay. Now, I don't think it'll happen. I do think Bradberry will be gone, but I don't think Slay will. I think they want Slay anyways, just to have a veteran presence there for a year,
Yeah, true.
It's gonna be interesting. Bite of Life says, "What's up, 500? What up, Joey? What up, chat? Yo, get them likes up. That's right, get them motherfucking likes up. Yeah, I can't wait. It's game 4 at finals. Yeah, I know. I've been watching. Chris McClure, member for 7 months. Thank you so much for your support. He goes, Philly, I only have 6 to 8 left to live. Stage 4 cancer. Oh my God, dude. I don't know what to say, man. I'm so sorry to hear that, man. Prayers go out to you, man, and I definitely will keep you in my prayers. Hopefully, miracle can happen, man. But Hang in there, man. Hang in there. And I'm sorry to hear that.
Horrible.
It is, yeah. Alex's flyover Slays last year, unless he takes a pay cut, they're going to see the kids play, try to renegotiate or get. I think Slade's gone after this year no matter what. You can't afford, and I don't like that the Eagles even do this. Like, I don't like that Quinyon Mitchell or DeJean are sitting their whole year. Like I don't like it. Now maybe they won't because they'll go up the ranks. We'll see how preseason plays out. But I don't like it, dude. I just don't like it, you know?
Yeah, no, I mean, they sit both of those guys. It'll be a fight.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It's just, you know. Splendid says 500. What if we put Barkley on the kickoff? There's only one line of defenders, and if he breaks through, the kicker's not stopped. That's not a bad idea. I mean, I don't know what the strategy for those short kickoffs and stuff is going to be. Maybe they'll try something like that. The only thing is a guy like Barkley, they probably, being a starter, paying the amount of money you want, do you want to put him out there on kickoff and risk injury? But I hear you, you know.
I get it.
Are you talking about a release or trading? I would probably say, if we're talking about Slay, I say moving on because I would think it'd be a trade before cutting. I don't think they would cut Slay, but maybe trade him. You know, like what if, just for example, and I'm not saying it's going to happen, but what if you go in and Ringo looks fantastic, Quinyon Mitchell looks fantastic, Isaiah Rodgers looks, let's say to the point where they're playing and looking almost, if not as good as Slay. Do you not trade him? Can you not get more for him? Do you not take that chance? I see why not. You're going to get more for him than you're going to get for Bradberry. Now, I'm not saying to do this, but I'm just saying, like, in a situation like that, does it not cross their mind on some level?
Yeah, I mean, then it's veteran favoritism at the end of the day. So, like, what if Isaiah Rodgers and some of these other guys are just balling out with full pads on, even joint practices and preseason? Like, these guys are going to get a lot of reps. So, if they're playing better, and these vets are just sitting out, what do you do?
No.
I mean,
yeah.
You know.
Exactly. Leroy K says Kelly Green's winding. We don't know yet. We know that they're gonna be in them this year. We just don't know what games. That'll probably come during preseason. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Chris McClure, praying for you, man. Have you looked for Joe Tibbetts and lost my brother cancer? Our family found out about too late. Well, sorry to hear that, Dad. But man, yeah, we're definitely praying for Chris. That just breaks my heart, man. It really does. You know, God is good, God is real, and don't be afraid to ask and talk to him because he's out there. Let's see. Showing says, I'm not completely opposed to starting young corners, but at least give it to a trade deadline and move Slay then. Yeah, no, I mean, I'm putting a situations like, all right, you have to cut somebody who's a starter not named Bradberry. Who's it going to be? So it's a pretty tight, you know, it's a tight fence. Like, I'm almost forcing an answer, you know, and I think that Slay would probably be the guy. Let me ask you this question. There's still a lot of connections, a lot of rumors linking the Eagles to safeties. You know, Quandre Diggs has been linked to the Eagles. Justin Simmons continues to be. Do you think the Eagles look at their team and say, we need a safety? I mean, we know they've got a lot of corners and they got a lot of young defensive backs. But besides Reed Blankenship and CJ, do they really have a safety? Now, I know they put Maddox there. I'm not a fan of Maddox at safety. I wasn't when they used him in the past as safety, and I'm not now. Do you think they could be targeting, or would they target a safety, or would they just put DeJean there and be done with it?
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, because nickel is so open right now, and I feel like nothing is promised, even with Avonte Maddox moving from nickel to safety at times, I still feel like there is a possibility that DeJean probably can be the nickel corner this year. And if the Justin Simmons connections, yeah, sure. I mean, we've been talking about it way before the draft, but he's been holding out. And honestly, I don't think he's going to get paid as much as he thinks he's going to get paid. I think he just wants to make sure that he's guaranteed a starting job after everybody gets their rosters pretty much fixed up. So Justin Simmons could be that option if they feel like they can get in another leader, another guy with a voice. And depending, like I said, it's really going to all depend on Reed Blankenship and what they have at nickel as their final answer at nickel. DeJean is there at nickel. He's going to stay there. But I think that's what it really depends on.
Right. Right. So Philly, did you get my tweet on Madden, DeJean? I'm looking at it right now.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
So that's Cooper DeJean.
Apparently.
Come on, focus in. You stupid camera. So I should just send it here. Let me just send it. Is that real? Are they joking?
Yeah, I mean it's usually this happens every year with Madden. It's like a beta. In the beta form before.
Oh, it's beta form.
It's a beta form, so not everything is completely finished. But this happens every year with the game in general. I don't buy Madden at all.
Madden sucks, dude. Madden sucks, dude. So here's what if you guys don't know, I'll show you what they're talking about. that is Cooper DeJean in Madden. It doesn't even look like him. So that's Cooper DeJean. Oh my God, Madden is so bad, dude. I mean, they're so lazy with their game. I can't stand it. I'm not playing, dude. I'm not playing.
Nope. The only reason last year I played it is because someone gave me a code. I think that was the.
Yeah, me too. That's it. That's the only reason I play. Cheeseburger Eddie, thank you for Super Chickens. How do you feel about getting rid of Darius and Bradberry and Quan, Mitchell, and Ringo Cooper as the nickel as your starters? I personally, I mean, I would probably keep Slay just to have a veteran presence, but I'm not opposed to that idea. The idea of getting Mitchell on the field and DeJean on the field in the same year in a rookie year, I almost would like to take a chance with something like that. But at the same time, I don't know if I'm ready to get rid of Bradberry,
Yeah, I
mean, not Bradberry, I mean Slay. I'm not sure I'm ready to get Slay, so where is it? Chris McClure, man, reach out to me, contact me, reach out to me, email me, YoPhilly500 or at YoPhilly500 Twitter. I'd like to talk to you, man. I'm upset about. It's kind of upsetting me about what you said about your diagnosis, man. So if you'd like to talk to me about it or anything, I would definitely love to talk to you, man. But you'll definitely be in my prayers. But it's kind of bothering me, man. I don't like that. Dre Diesel, man, thank you for Super Chat. He goes, hey boys, I hope you enjoy your summer. So I just realized we have one nose tackle for this 3-4 defense. Who's going to back up Davis in the middle? It's a great question.
Gabe Hall. I would.
Gabe Hall.
He could play inside. He could play inside and outside techniques. So I mean, I would probably say him.
Do you think Ojomo is, or do you think he's not big enough?
I don't think he might. I don't know.
He's more of a D defensive end, right? Like I see him more like a Milton Williams. Kind of can move all around.
Yeah, I think he's gonna play outside this year.
Yeah, exactly. Oh man, he's retiring after season. This season is the only one that matters for him. He said on his podcast. Who are we talking about?
Slay said that. I guess that's what
Slay's
people are saying.
Retiring after this year.
I know
Brandon. I didn't either. I know Brandon Graham is, but I think this is Brandon Graham's last hurrah.
Mm-hmm.
The Umbrella Man, thank you for the Super Chat. Goes, what up, fellas? If you could play any position, what would it be and what would your number be? Any position for me, I would want to play safety. I love safety. I would want to play safety. That would be my position. And if I had to choose any number, it's not a safety number, but I would go with 82. 82 is my favorite, probably my favorite number. But that they wouldn't let a safety be 82, I don't think, right? So I don't know. I don't know what number, but I would want to play safety.
Yeah, probably edge rusher for me, because I played the position before, and I've been a DT as well. So, and I like playing the edge just because you could be creative with your rushes and your football moves, whether it's an inside outside rush, and be creative with yourself. So I've always liked having that open space 1-on-1 against somebody. So
Yeah, exactly. Richard says we lost arguably the best player, Kelce. What will the effects be? Well, I think on some levels you're going to have it. It's going to hurt you. I mean, you can't tell me that you lose Jason Kelce and it doesn't affect you on some level. I think especially calling out protections and things like that is where, it's going to really hurt because Jason Kelce's seen everything. But I think Cam Jurgens going to be a good center. I have confidence that he's going to be a very capable player. But I mean, it's got to hurt you, right? On some level, right? I mean, it does, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's just going to take time. Like it's Jurgens is going to take that spot. But what I liked about it is that even last offseason, the program last year where Kelce had the orthoscopic surgery in his elbow, had his elbow cleaned out, and Jurgens was supposed to play guard mostly, wasn't even supposed to be center. So he had a lot of reps at center even last offseason. But Jurgens played guard last year, so.
You need to add some weight to play safety. Yeah, I know, right? I'll be the most gigantic safety in the history of safety. I like seeing it. That's where I used to play. Fabio, thank you for super chat. He goes, "Who gets paid on the D line? Offense, $100 million plus." Well, I think Jordan Davis and Carter are going to get paid. I don't believe that the Eagles will give up on Jordan Davis after this year. I don't. So I mean, I think those guys are going to get paid. Who else? I don't know. I don't know. But thank you for super chat. My basement says, "Joey, how tall are you?"
6 foot.
Philly 500 House of Mouse Club. Thank you for the super chat. Greetings from Norway. Shout out to Norway. You crushed Mark last week, as always. Crazy to think Sills is having change of heart with our birds defending them lately. Bring Joey on too. Hey, I would definitely bring him on. I don't think Sills is. I don't know that he's having a change of heart about the Eagles. I just don't think he likes Dallas Cowboy fan talking trash about the Eagles. But what do I know? After this year with Ringo already here, they'll judge Bradberry, maybe sign a different vet. I don't know. I mean, my dream scenario is, and we've talked about this, is I want Mitchell and Ringo on the outside. I want Cooper DeJean as a Swiss Army knife all over the place. And I want Isaiah Rodgers in the slot. I still believe at some point we're going to see Rodgers inside. I do. I mean, I do. Will they? I don't know, but I do.
Time will tell.
Yeah, it really will. Let's see. Let's be honest. Who the hell would trade draft capital for an old cornerback that openly says he don't want to hit hard? Here's how it works. It could work, right? This is just one way. You get a team that's a team that's competing for a Super Bowl, or at least think they are. They have an injury early in preseason or during the season. They are then willing to go out there and take a risk on a guy for 1 year to come in. That's how it could work. What could you get for him? I don't think you're going to get a lot for him anyways, being that his age. But that's the only way I see it really working.
Yeah, you're not going to get much. I mean, there's a lot of teams. Who cares what he said last year? I mean, teams aren't going to care about that much. Not like what he said was, I mean, what he said was, I didn't like it, but that's what it is.
Jameson Smith, thank you for super chickens. Will you take Sills' offer to go to Radio Row with Mark? Yeah, I'm that sounds like the best offer so far. So, yeah, I definitely might do that. Thank you for super chat. It's definitely something I might do. It's so hard for me to commit to anything like so far out. I can't just say, yeah, I'll do that on this day or this time. I need to get a little closer to the time to figure it out. But that's the one I would do. The other ones, Mark, the stuff Mark's thrown out there is just boring. I don't even know what I'm supposed to do. Oh, God. I don't need this shit again. This is our season finale, right?
It is.
Let me see. All right.
Why?
I just see there's just spam. Maybe it's on your side. I don't see it on mine.
Yeah, it might be.
Yeah. You know, I don't like to time people out and stuff, but sometimes when they start interfering with the chat, it's like it ain't worth it anymore.
Yeah, just somebody time him out.
I'll put him in a timeout. Christopher, thank you for super chat. He goes, I wear Eagles merch during matrimonial duties with my girl. Sometimes you just go a little further with that Eagles stuff on. I know what you mean, buddy. I know what you mean. That Eagles stuff could come in handy, especially the Kelly Green. Regardless, we're not going to get value we want for any of these defensive backs. So let's just keep Ringo, Rodgers, Mitchell, DeJean, get rid of Slay. You're not going to get value. I mean, but somebody's got to go. I mean, how do you keep all these guys? How are you going to keep Avonte Maddox? What about Eli Ricks? I mean, do we really want Eli Ricks to go? He looks like he's got so much upside. I don't know how you keep all these guys. And that's why I'm saying if I get to camp and you know, we're in preseason and these guys are playing close enough to a level of Slay, I might take a chance with it, dude. I might. You know? Where's FedQ? I don't know where FedQ is, man. I don't know. What? What are you laughing at?
None.
Okay. Let's see here. Ricks is a special teamer. Maybe, but I think he's young enough where he can develop. You know, but we'll see. I mean, I don't know. I wonder if Avonte Maddox makes his team. Does Avonte Maddox make his team? Does I don't think Bradberry will, but there are going to be guys that get cut that are really, really good or young or have upside, you know.
Well, it's hard because like when Rick's got, you know, it's hard to like when guys get playing time last year when they get playing time because of injuries, like Zach McPherson being hurt, Maddox being hurt, guys get more opportunities. So it's hard to like just sit these guys. Like Bradberry stays, someone else is gonna get cut, and Bradberry stays, it's gonna hinder someone else's production here, where they can go somewhere else and either succeed or or go to a more worse situation. That's what I don't want to get into. The cuts are going to be crazy.
It's going to be crazy, and it's all at one time now, right? It's not like there's like you have to get to 60 something, then you have to. It's like all at once. So it's going to be really interesting.
Yeah.
Nate said, ran into a guy with the 80s Eagle hat, 500 miles away. Go Birds was all we needed to exchange where we grew up. Then ignore each other. God, I miss the East Coast. I hear you. Definitely. I'm right with you. Dave does this. How do you feel about the tight end too? It's a great question. How do you feel about the tight end too?
I don't feel good about tight end at all right now. Because of Dallas Goedert staying, you know, trying to stay healthy for the year would be nice, but we don't have an answer. I mean, CJ Uzomah hasn't played good the past few years. Really, since when he was on the Bengals, he played good with the Bengals. Didn't really play well with the Jets. Calcaterra is always hurt. Albert O never got a chance after they traded for him last year. I mean, I feel like if Dallas Goedert goes down, that position is going to be tough. I mean, losing Jack Stahl was huge because I felt like he was very reliable to do the dirty work and blocking, and I thought he had reliable hands. But they just never they completely ignored the position last year when Goedert went down. Like they didn't give anybody another shot. You know?
Yeah, I don't feel great about the tight end 2 spot either. You know, it's just one of those things. Well, we'll see what happens with it. I always think, though, that out of all the positions, you can always seemingly find somebody to fill in if you need to at tight end, more so than some other positions. So I'm not overly worried about it, but I don't believe they have a legit number 2. I definitely don't. You know,
next year, 25 might be the year where we upgrade tight end. Could be in the draft. It Could be because really Dallas Goedert, his contract is up. He's 28. So counting this year, I think his contract is up. I think 2 years after this year, when he's 30 years old. Throughout that contract, when he's 30 in a couple of years,
right?
So and we'll see.
Antonio Holmes says Maddox and Tyler Hall were both free agents forever, and no team picked them up. But so how good are they really? We signed both to minimum deals. I would commit to young guys. Yeah, I would commit to going young. What I could say from what I've read about Hall compared to Maddox, it seems like almost two type of trajectories though. Like Hall seems like he has played good at times, but he hasn't had the opportunity to play consistently. But he's getting better and better. As where Maddox seems like he can't get over these injuries. And the thing with the Maddox is the Eagles, we cut Maddox. They let him go. So they let him go and brought him back on a discount. So I don't know how cemented he is in this roster going forward.
He must have had no interest. I mean, he must have had like zero interest.
There's only one team he visited. That was the Saints.
Yeah.
That was it. Other than that, I don't think he made any other visits.
That's another guy. If they put too much into Avonte Maddox playing nickel or safety, if that's the case, and then if something happens to him and they release the guy that could have played in that spot that's playing good elsewhere, that's what I'm saying. Like I feel like Maddox is dead weight. I feel like Bradberry is dead weight for not just this year, but the future of this secondary.
Right.
That's where it pisses me off a little bit because I feel like they're missing big opportunities. Like finally, like you can finally for the future, like you have young guys, guys that are going to need some contracts next year. Isaiah Rodgers on a 1-year deal this year. So, I mean, you're going to have some guys that have to get paid next year, but you have a lot of youth that's still here for another couple to a few years. Like you can't mess up this moment here.
Yeah. Well, the thing with Quinyon Mitchell is at least he's got that 5-year deal. So he's got that option year that gives him the extra year. You look at DeJean being a second-round pick, he doesn't have that option year. So let's say DeJean doesn't play a lot this year. Then he goes into next year, he starts to play a little more. Essentially, that's his learning year. So now by the time you're going to get him and you be able to really utilize him in the ways that you want to, you're talking at the earliest his 3rd year, and you've already got to worry about giving him an extension. So to me, I want those young guys on the field now, learning now. That way, by year 2, they've kind of already experienced and been on the field. You know what I'm saying?
No, I agree. I totally agree.
So, I don't know. But, I mean, we'll see. Birds, they said I missed a super chat. Let me go back and see if I can find it. Here it is. Thank you so much. Birds Nation, thank you for super. He goes, did you hear about Terrell Lewis? I tag you on. I didn't hear anything. Did you hear anything? I don't know. I'll have to check. I don't know. I'll have to check when I get a chance here. But you could just tell me what's going on with Terrell Lewis. Milo David Super Che goes, Joey is always pissed. Relax, bro. We good.
Well, who's
Joey,
pissed?
you always pissed? What are you always pissed about?
Yeah, I just got that resting pissed off face.
Joey's got a resting.
I got resting pissed off face.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. Yeah, it's interesting. You heard about Lewis is going to get cut tomorrow. Huh.
Why?
That could be interesting. Yeah, why? What's going on with that? But it could be interesting. That's a linebacker, right? We're talking about linebacker?
I think so.
Well, we need linebackers, that's for sure. Kevin Watkins, Sidney Brown may be a star. I wouldn't go as far as comparing a B-Dog, but that being said, isn't going to be ready for week 1, and he won't be 100% before late. DeJean is there. Yeah. Well, the thing with Sidney Brown is I really like Sidney Brown, and I think he's going to be a player. I just don't know how much we can put on this kid coming back from the injuries coming back for next year. I see Sidney Brown as being a force to really focus on going into not this year, but the following year. Because I don't know, he's coming back from a tough injury, and it usually takes a year to get, you know what I mean? So we'll see.
Is he on our team? Apparently he plays for us as a edge rusher, I guess.
I thought, probably outside linebacker. Well, I don't know what
buying prostitutes, or I don't know. That's what I'm reading.
I didn't hear. Wait, what kind of story are we talking about here?
We're talking about something that goes on HBO.
This is some Breaking Bad stuff. All right. Where's the blue meth? No, I didn't hear this story at all. So he's gone and forget about it. I don't understand. Why is a football player? Why would you need to pay for it? I mean, like seriously, like you should have no problem. I finding a girl. I don't get it. I don't know. I don't get it. I never get the paying for it. You pay emotionally and things like that. You pay that way, not the other way.
Right.
Fatback Philly Davis Super goes, whoa, yo, what's up, fellas? What's going on, man?
What's up, Fat?
How good is he though? That's the thing.
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean I don't know, but I did not hear about that at all. That's crazy.
No.
What's wrong with prostitutes? That's his business. All I'm saying is you can't just go talk.
But it's obviously someone found out about it, so it's everybody's.
I mean,
business.
on a personal level, yeah, it's his business. I agree with you. It's his personal business. It shouldn't be a factor, but it's going to be unless he lives in Nevada. That it's going to be a problem everywhere else.
And you can't. And if you pay a prostitute, you can't trust the person. They could blackmail you. They could ask for more money for the news to come out that you're with a prostitute. Like you think you could trust these people?
It's got to be something more than that, though. Like I have a hard time believing that's why they would cut him, just because of that. There's got to be something more to it. I mean,
so this is somebody put the Eagles should cut Terrell Lewis, not for using prostitutes, not even for refusing to pay them, but for barely being able to run away from them. I know it's an off season, but as a linebacker, I need you to have much more speed than a naked. I have no idea where this is. I have no idea. It's the weirdest news.
Oh, so he didn't pay for the services. He just ran away from him, but he couldn't run fast enough. Now I know why they cut him. Oh my God, that's so funny. Listen, I like something like that. It to me is like I don't know. I think it's their personal lives, their personal business, whatever. But I'm just saying, if you're a football player, you really need to pay for it. Like, just go talk to a girl. It shouldn't be hard. That's hilarious, dude. They chased him down. They chased him.
That's
This story sounds legendary, though. I mean, I'm gonna have to look into this and do a whole video on it. The prostitute tackled him. Yo, where's my money? Oh my gosh, dude. Yeah, dude. If he's getting run down by prostitutes, then he definitely doesn't need to be on our team.
By the way, Philly got his hat from Hatland.com. Hatland.com.
Yeah, Hatland.com. Hatland.com. Yeah. Oh, that's hilarious. There's a video on this?
I got.
Is there an actual? Oh, I gotta see this. I gotta see this shit. Where's this video? Somebody send me the video. Oh my God. Dude, I don't know, man. That's bad. That's hilarious. It sounds like yeah, I mean, seriously, sign a prostitute. She's chasing him down. Looking it up now. I know we all have to look it up.
I don't know if there is a video.
Man, how did he get caught? Oh, yeah. Oh, I'll send. Oh my God, this is real.
Send me it.
Okay, hold on. This is hilarious.
Can't find it.
I can't play this. We can't play this on here. Oh yeah, he's got to get cut. That's too slow. All right, I'm sending it link. I can't show this. All I can tell you is his ass is running for his life and getting caught.
Let me see this.
Oh my God!
Yo, is that shit seriously real?
He runs like, oh my God.
He's like, he can't even get away from him.
Wait, what does he say when he goes 18th and something and he runs? Oh, this is shit funny.
Yo. People are stupid, man.
Dude, I almost want to give him a bonus.
This man's gonna lose his fucking
Dude,
money, his camp money.
She chases him down. I almost think they should extend him.
Oh, it's an OnlyFans star.
He ran. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. I could not show this on here. There's no way. Oh my God, dude, that's hilarious. Yeah, he's gone. It's hilarious. Oh my God. No, I didn't know about all that. Green plays the file. Thank you for super chat. Should focus on Nick's coaching and not Jalen's press conference. Yeah, that's a great point. Like I said, I don't know if you were earlier, but I just think that the whole Jalen, I thought the press conference, I thought the way they worded the question was a setup, and that no matter how he answered it, they were going to make a story about it. So I think that's why he answered the way he did.
Yeah.
Terrell Lewis, yeah. Thank you for super chat. That was funny. Big Red said Philly not defending Madden, but they probably saw Cooper's rating at corner and said, no way, that's a white boy. Maybe. It's just sloppy work from them. I mean, Madden gets away with so much because they got the NFL licensing, and they haven't given us a good game in a long time. That's more my problem than anything,
Yeah.
Oh God, Splenda says 500. My wife says Mitchell's going to be a beast, just like Joey is in the sheets. We have to get one of those. We have one more though. One more show. We have to get at least one of those out.
Yeah.
It's a great question. Who should start, right guard, Steen or Becton? I think Becton's going to win it. I like Steen, but I just got a feeling something about Becton.
Yeah, he's going to be interesting. I think, once those pads come on, we'll find out. But I think, he's looking like could be he starts. What a signing that's going to be. I mean, Jesus, wouldn't expect it.
Yeah. 500 marks was added again. Oh, what did he do now? Let's see. Just like personally, I don't think Madden has been good since McNabb was on the cover. Jeez, I don't know what the last good cover. I think Madden peaked at the Michael Vick and Ray Lewis cover. To me, those were the best years. There were some good ones after that.
Even like NFL Game Day or like when they used to have like an entire halftime show where they don't just show you the score as the players run off the field. Like they had a halftime show. They showed highlights at the end of the game. They don't even do that anymore.
Yeah.
And the character models look horrible. The guy, like the crowds look horrible when good or bad things happen. The NFL sidelines look the total opposite of how they should be reacting. Like it's just people are going to keep buying it. It's just
because that's what you need. And Sheriff says, I hope the NFL doesn't extend the contract. We need a new NFL 2K. They don't even need to get rid of the contract with EA. Just allow others to license it. So like NFL 2K, let them license the names and the players. And if you do that, then you'll have somebody competing with EA that they're going to have to try to make their game better that every year. Once you do that, the competition, it'll be good. I mean, and I don't know if you ever played NFL 2K. Have you ever played NFL 2K? Like one of the best games I ever played was the one where Owens is on the cover. It was NFL 2K, and Owens was the Eagle. He's on the cover. That was a really good game.
I played the 2K with Randy Moss when Randy Moss was on the cover. I forgot which one that was. 7. I forgot what it was, but I mean they used to do motion capture for Madden. They used to actually hire people to do motion capture in like in the tight suits like to get like the movements right and stuff. They don't even do that anymore because they don't want to spend the money. I mean, this is $1 billion company now. It's crazy.
Yeah, which game was 2K5? It was. Yeah, and NFL giving the exclusive rights to EA, they just put out the same thing every year. They tweak this or they tweak that. They take away this. It always seems like they're taking away more than they're adding on, and it's just the same game with an updated roster to me, But if you had a competitor, somebody like 2K that was actually putting out a really good football game, then EA would have to be better, and then who would win? Us. The players would be playing both those games. The college football that's coming out is supposed to be really good. So we'll see.
Yeah. I mean, they take away so much, and then when they add something in, they act like it's the greatest thing they've added to the game like every single year.
Yeah. MUT simultaneously made Madden and ruined it because so much to buy crap cards. I hate the whole card thing with the Madden. I do. I absolutely hate it. One of these days we'll get another football game that come out and things will happen. But until then,
even NFL Street was good. I mean, I used to love NFL Street a lot. That was fun. I mean,
yeah. Frank Reynolds says NFL careers are so short. Why waste a year of DeJean and Mitchell? No, I kind of agree with you, Frank, because I mean, you have an offense that should be so good that they should be putting up enough points that you would think you could get away with playing some rookies and letting them learn and going through that learning curve. I would like to see it, but the Eagles, that's not what they do. They don't a lot of times give these rookies a chance unless they're clearly a lot better than anybody else in the position. I mean, even Devontae Smith, I mean, we complained his rookie year, if you remember, like it took them a while before they really started to utilize him in the right way.
Yeah, it's true.
So, yeah, we'll see. What is this? Philly, why are you boys with Holmes? Seems like when he's talking to his Cowboy friends, he acts like he knows more of them when he most clueless person in the room. Can't stand those people. I don't know. I honestly, when they do all their Cowboy chat, I don't listen. I don't know what they say. But, behind the scenes, the way Mark treats me very well. I mean, he treats me like a friend. So personally, outside of YouTube, he's a great guy. We just don't like each other's teams at all. And I just think he's really, really absolutely delusional about the Dallas Cowboys. That's all I can say really about it.
Mm-hmm.
I go on how people treat me. I treat people well, and if they treat me well, then that's it. James says, I bought an original Xbox that had the 2K5 with it. Couldn't believe how good the game is almost 20 years later. Yeah, I would like to replay that. That was a great game. It was.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I can't get into Madden. I mean, if the guy does a free download, I'll use it. But every year it's just the same thing, you know? Nothing changes. I think Madden needs to be built back like from the ground up, like we totally rebuilt.
Yeah, like they're still using the same Frostbite engine, the same engine they've been using since the early 2000s. Same graphical engine that's just not working when the group tackles and how players run into each other. It looks so weird and floppy and just horrible.
Yeah, it is. And why worry about anything? I mean, they don't care because they're the only ones with the licensing. Mm-hmm. So nobody's going to play
competition.
Other football games. They're not even other places don't even really make football games because if you don't have the licensing, nobody cares.
Yeah.
So who knows? We'll see. But man, I don't know. We're over an hour in. You're headed away. You said.
Yeah, I'll be going away tomorrow until Saturday, but I will have videos. I already have videos scheduled like 4 days this week, so stuff's already done.
You already got it done? Yeah, I don't even know what I'm going to do day to day this time of year. It's like I don't even know what to talk about sometimes anymore. It gets to the point where it's just like we just need training camp to get here, you know? So we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. Well, I guess that wraps up this season of Philly Shakedown Podcast, man. We are going on break for about a month. We'll be back. I don't know what the exact day we'll be back, but we'll back.
Figure it out.
Yeah, probably close to right before camp starts. So let me thank everybody who joined us and was with us. We appreciate you guys so much. It was fun. It was a blast.
Yeah.
And we look forward to doing it again, the new season, as we get ready for training camp and things like that. I'll still have videos coming out. I know Joey will. And happy Father's Day. Let me say to everybody, all the fathers out there tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
I hope you guys have a great and wonderful day. With that, I'm ready to get out of here, man. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready, dude. I appreciate everybody's support in the off season, all the great stuff. You guys have been just supporting both of us and our videos and everything all year. So we're starting a new year. A new shakedown's coming before training camp, and we'll be ready to go.
We'll be ready. With that said, guys, we out of here. Peace.
Peace.
We got plenty of time.
Come on.
Oh, shit! Dad! No!
It's over! It's over! This game is over! Cut it off! It's over!
Fuck.
Congratulations, Green Bay! Congratulations, Green Bay! Congratulations, Green Bay!
I said run the ball.
Congratulations, Green Bay! Dak Prescott, you need to be fired today! That was on you, Dad! That was on you, Dad! That was on you, Dad!
I said run the ball.
That was on Dak Prescott!
Trying to feed him.
Trying to feed the CeeDee Lamb! Trying to feed the CeeDee Lamb! You tried to feed the CeeDee Lamb! You got to give it to CeeDee Lamb! God! It's over! It's over, Dak! Put Trey Lance in the game. Trey Lance can't do worse than you.
I'm an idiot because I buy into this shit. Because here's the thing. I am a grown-ass man. And I talk the talk. It is killing me.
I feel it coming. I feel like it's going to take Jerry Jones taking it. Cut it off. It's over.
Christopher, thank you for the super chat, my man. He's 500. Can you explain your Eagles hat is red? We were going to end this, but I didn't want to leave that off. The hat is red. It was a 4th of July limited edition. They had a red, white, and blue one. So it's just a 4th of July in honor of it. That's it. So that's why it's red. With that, we out of here. Peace.
Peace.